will start with any questions. You can.
I think 9 p.m. on a Sunday night, it's a ridiculous time to play a basketball game. It's bad for the student athletes who have to get to class on Monday. It's bad for the team that has to travel. And it's really bad for our fans. I think it has the opposite effect on attendance. It really is detrimental to our attendance, where we were hoping to really get a great crowd. And, all the parents, kids that have to go to bed at 9 o'clock, have school the next day, really a bad decision to play this game at 9 o'clock.
Coach, following up on that, do you think there should be a set, I'm not sure crucial, but the cap on when a game should start, 8 o'clock, or what time do you think is the latest a game should start?
Well, I think the home team should definitely have some say in when they're going to play because they know their crowd the best. But I just think Sunday is a great day to play in the afternoon. I wouldn't want to tip after 5 p.m. I think that's even late on a Sunday.
Just follow up with what I asked him with the rivalry. Why did the rivalry stop? Why don't you play Purdue anymore?
We want to play them, and we've called them, and they said it was too late. We couldn't schedule it for that next year when we had played them every single year. So it just turned into we can't find a date answer. But we would love to get that rivalry going again.
And Sharon Versa mentioned something about I'm not sure I understood it, but she said, you want to play here on a Sunday, but want to play there on a weekday, or vice versa. I didn't quite understand.
I don't either.
Okay.
Yeah, you generally play the same date every year, so I don't know. I know final exams come into play a little bit, but I've not heard that answer.
Just what are your memories of this rivalry? I mean, you've been involved in virtually every game.
Yeah, my favorite one is
played.
2001. That's a great memory. That's one that we will never forget. So. Of course, Sharon wasn't coaching then, but we've had some great games over the years.
Where did you rate? I mean, I know UConn's the big rival, but was this was this the second best rival you had? You think?
Outside of conference, I think it's one of the better ones that we've had. I think that's one team that we played, pretty regularly. So we both were recruiting the same kids. It was a lot of Indiana kids on both teams, and so I think it's always been a pretty good rivalry.
Your roster now is a little more national. Is it less important to have, you might not be going to Purdue as often as you might have back in the, 10 years ago?
I still think it's a good game to play. I mean, anytime you can get a local in-state team to play outside your conference who has a really good RPI, I think it's always a good thing.
They seem to be playing their best basketball now. Heard what they say, but what are your concerns about them?
Yeah, they're playing with a lot of confidence. They're really coming off of a great streak, playing just I think they won maybe 8 in a row before they lost to Maryland, so continued to pick it up again last night. They're a team that's dangerous because they have so many players that can hurt you. Morsetti obviously is their best player, and she's somebody that's the most important on their team, but they also have other really good players that you can't forget about. They play their role extremely well. They don't beat themselves. They know exactly what they're supposed to do when they do it.
So what is Purdue doing in its zone right now that has been so effective from what you've seen?
Yeah, I think the matchup is really difficult because they can change it, and it can be a 1-2-2, it can be a 2-3. They can have a lot of different looks to it. They can guard the point in different ways, guard the back line. They can double in the post, so they can do a lot of different things out of it to keep you kind of off balance. And I think that's probably their goal is to keep the offense off balance.
Can you talk about the progress that Jackie Young has made in her freshman year?
I think she's a phenomenal talent who is going to be one of the best players that ever came out of here. A game like yesterday where she wasn't playing particularly well on offense, still had 9 rebounds. And she's somebody that can do so many great things defensively. She can rebound, she can score. She is really coming along in terms of her IQ of the game, what she's learning, how hard she's working. I think she's really fit in well with our team and is going to continue to just grow as a player.
Any further questions? All right, thanks, Coach.